ABC 3340 News at 11 begins with breaking news.
We continue to follow breaking news right now in Shelby County. We are told, confirmed by the Shelby County Sheriff's Office, that 2 deputies in Shelby County have been shot. They were on a welfare check in the Meadowbrook area of Highway 280, off of Highway 280.
It happened on Bradford Place, and what we understand from the sheriff just minutes ago, it happened during a welfare check. Deputies were called to the scene, and they were asked to go check on an adult child who was inside of a house. The family, I guess, was not there at the time, and they went in to check on that adult child. When they went into the home with the owner's permission, they said, someone in the bathroom, and that person then began firing shots at those deputies. The big question in all of this is, how are those deputies doing? So for that, right now, we want to go to ABC 3340's Kyra Purvis. She is live at UAB Hospital. Kyra, get us up to date. What are you finding out?
Yes, well, the scene is pretty quiet now, but that was not the case. A little over an hour ago, multiple emergency service vehicles, law enforcement speeding through these roadways, trying to get both of those deputies into the emergency room. Now, we did hear recently, just moments ago, from the sheriff that those deputies are suffering non-life-threatening injuries. So that is great to hear. Other than that, we really don't have much information. I did speak with a representative from UAB who said they will be asking all questions be directed towards the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. I actually spoke with a woman who was down the street at McAllister's eating her lunch when these cars started coming through. She said she was so taken off guard. Once she heard what happened, she started to get emotional, telling me that our world has changed, and she was just very upset. But we are very glad to hear that those deputies, are suffering those non-life-threatening injuries. We are working to get more information for you, so we will bring that to you. Live in Birmingham, Kyra Purvis, ABC 3340 News.
And as Kyra mentioned, that is certainly the best news here, is that we're finding out that those deputies, at least from what Sheriff Samaniego said, the initial prognosis is that they are going to be okay. We do know, again, as she mentioned, that one of them is going to be in surgery here in just a little while. But just to reiterate some of this, again, this was on Bradford Place in Meadowbrook. We know that 2 deputies were shot on a welfare check. And then the big thing that Sheriff Samaniego wanted everybody in that Meadowbrook community to understand is that the suspect is in custody. Now, at this point, we don't have a lot of details about that suspect specifically, but we do know that there is no threat to that community. And that is certainly a very large community. As you're taking a look at the map here, even Spain Park High School, one of the Hoover City schools, had to go on lockdown because it's just behind that area across Valleydale Road, that Meadowbrook area stretching from Highway 280 down Valleydale Road through the 119 area. So if you're familiar with that area, it's a very big neighborhood. And so certainly a lot of people in that community were concerned. But again, the Shelby County Sheriff reiterating that there's nothing to be concerned about, that that suspect is in custody. We also do want to mention, he also told us that Alabaster and Pelham police are going to be investigating this. We do know that because a Shelby County Sheriff's deputy was involved in this incident, or 2 of them rather were involved in this incident, that they're not going to be the investigators on this case. So Alabaster and Pelham will be the investigating agencies. And then, of course, all of the information, the district attorney there on the scene as well. And they're going to be interviewing those deputies in the days ahead.
And the Shelby County Sheriff just held a news conference moments ago at Bradford Place, that neighborhood. ABC 3340 reporter Erin Wise is live there. She spoke with the sheriff and has those details. Erin, what can you tell us?
Stoney, it's still a very active scene here. I'm going to step out of the way so that you can get a good look of it at exactly what's going on. You can see that yellow tape is blocking off a house right on Bradford Place here. We're told by the sheriff that a grown child was suspected to be in the home of 2 homeowners here. They called the sheriff's office, and 4 deputies went to the home to check. They got permission to enter the home from those homeowners. The deputies entered the home and were sweeping through it. it. They encountered who they believe to be the son of those homeowners in the bathroom. That's when the sheriff says the man started shooting at the deputies without warning. We do know that the deputies shot back, or at least one of them shot back, but they did not hit that individual, and that is what's causing the investigation by other agencies here and the district attorney's office. We do know that that person, the suspect, is in custody now. Again, this all happened on Bradford Place earlier this morning. The deputies were not named, and neither were the suspects. We do know that those deputies are at a local hospital. The sheriff says that their injuries seem to be non-life threatening now, but he added that anything can change with gunshot wounds. We do know that one is being prepped for surgery, but this scene could be like this for the next 3 to 4 hours is what we're being told as this investigation unfolds. But we'll be sure to continue to stay here with you all and update you on any information that we receive. We're told that there should be a more detailed release put out on Facebook, on social media at some point in time. But for now, we're live in Shelby County. Erin Wise, ABC 3340 News.
And again, 2 deputies shot in Shelby County. The suspect is in custody, and those deputies have non-life-threatening injuries. And as Erin said, one is being prepared for surgery at the moment.
And the Shelby County Sheriff said, this is one of those worst case scenarios where they're going on what seems to just be an average call, and it turns around and it turns into something they didn't expect it to be. And deputies ended up injured. So we're certainly glad to hear their prognosis, certainly glad to hear that from the initial treatment that they're going to be okay, that they're going to be all right. But again, one of them about to head into surgery. So we're certainly thinking about those deputies and hope that they're able to make a full recovery. But